since the last Pam the Van. A few issues. Needed some pretty serious welding work done. Had that all done. Then the steering was a bit so I had a new steering rack put on. That meant to get it retracked again. Put some new tyres on, got it retracked again. And here we are. I'd love to know where here we are is, other than we're sort of Southampton way. We've got a ferry booked for 07 tomorrow morning. We need to be there for about 06:45. 06:15 to make sure we get there. We're at this gorgeous spot. Park for Night has done us proud, and we're going to overnight here, get the kettle on, leave here probably about 6ish in the morning, just to make sure we get there in plenty of time. And we've got a site booked, again unusually for us. This is another site-based adventure, albeit bar tonight, and we'll see how we go from there. We've got lots to explore. It's not a huge island, the Isle of Wight, but we're going to have a look and do our best to explore things. The tourist board needs some, well, not the tourist board, Red Funnel Ferries. Need a bit of looking at, really. They've got a whole page dedicated to the history of the island, the Isle of Wight, and Southampton generally, about shipwrecks. You're a ferry company, with a whole page dedicated to how dangerous the water is around here, and just how many shipwrecks there have been. Maybe your marketing team want a bit of a, bit of a slap, possibly. Right, the kettle's on, tea beckons. See you later on. Good morning. It is about 5:50, Monday morning. There's something or another. A very peaceful night here. We expected to find one or two others overnighting, but no, just us. An enthusiastic owl overnight. Just having a quick brew. Aim to get down to the ferry terminal for sort of, 6:15, 6:30ish for our 7 o'clock sailing. Delighted today. It's rather calm out. And I'll come back when I've woken up, River Ivyfied. Red Osprey appears to be ours. There's a lorry idling beside us, despite the fact it's all over us, do not idle. Anyhow, Red Osprey appears to be ours. Very good check-in procedure. Obviously ANPR driven, and the lady knew where we are. There we go, Red Osprey. The gates are closed. The loading ramp is going up. The one on the left. Oh heck, we're moving. Well, that was damn smooth. We're away.
We will shortly be arriving, and we kindly request that all car drivers and passengers please return to remain seated until the ship is alongside. I should like to take this opportunity to thank you for travelling with Red Funnel and with...
As promised, the model village. Goes back a very long way, both in time and space. Are we going to go in there? As aforementioned, it is a 1/10 scale, apparently, of the village itself, and I think Shanklin. So there we have the little airfield. I'm guessing Apps Air is a real thing. God's Hill High Street, 1/10 scale of God's Hill. Can you find the model of the village in the model village? Okay, challenge on. Well, here's the model village of the model village. How can we tell? Because it says model village down there. So they've even got a model village of the model village in the model village. So there's our model village. We've got peeps down there looking at the model village. And of course inside the model village is a model village. I bet putting all those tiles on that roof took some doing. came round the corner and I saw that one. I thought, that looks like a face with a nose sticking out the front of it. Perhaps I need to take more water with it. On my left is the model of the model village, and you can see there the sort of rectangular pool. And if we go around to the right, there is said rectangular pool. The Chine. Oh, and some toxophilists going on. Oh, and a tree surgeon. Oh, he's had a bad day. Oh dear. I'll try and zoom in. I'm not very good at this zooming in lark. I think he's had better days. His mate's up the tree somewhere. There's quite a few of them up the trees, to be fair. But I think the guy in green has definitely had a better day. Support grew down there. So what are you doing down there, mate? Or up there even. My dearly beloved has just pointed out to me on top of the wind turbine, because I walked past it and missed it. There is a Santa. I'm going to take a bet that this is where... Oh, there's a handsome chap in there, isn't he? Look at that. Hello. This is the Model Makers Workshop. They make the models, they make a resin of it, and then make a mould of it, and then cast it in resin. And over here, for some strange reason, totally unbeknown to me, and I'm sure there's logic behind it, we've got some of these. No idea why, but they're very cute nonetheless. We've managed to park for all of £1.80 plus 40p card fee from Ringo. Come down, found an arcade. Guess what we're going to be doing? It'll involve 2p's, I can tell you that much. We found the Chish and Phip shop. Let's go see what we can find. That was a great day. I said earlier on, fantastic crossing on the ferry. Went down the arcades, won some things, had a fabulous ice cream. Seriously, biggest ice cream I've seen. Ever so clean here. That's the real striking difference. It's clean. And people are friendly. It is honestly a different country, quite literally. Well, not quite literally, but you know, it's a different island. So, we're at the campsite. We're here for a couple of nights. We've just been down, had a very nice brownie with ice cream and marshmallows and things. Going to get the computer out, work out what we might do tomorrow. What we're not going to do tomorrow is the Isle of Wight steam train thingy, because I'd love to. But 38 quid a head. Good morning. Bit grey out there. Light rain, they said. Okay, they're correct. Very good night here. People are doing all sorts of activity things over there, moving things about, keeping the site nice and tidy. Had a very nice meal. No, we didn't have a meal. I had a pizza there last night. And then the old chocolate brownies with ice cream and such like. Sal's off to have a shower, but unfortunately timed it a little bit badly, and there's a queue, so she's taken a book out there to sit and read, and we'll pounce on the first available. We don't have any kind of plan at all for today. There's a couple of old churches I might look at. There's the old house at Appuldurcombe, and the old house is a ruin. We don't know if we can walk there from here or whether we'll take the van. We don't have a clue. We just make it up as we go along, and that's what we like about having the van. After some deliberation, we've decided to come to Ventnor. Parking's an adventure. £3.25 for up to 2 hours. And we don't actually know where we are on Dudley Road. And we don't really know where we're going either. But what's new? We'll have a little bit of a look around, see how it goes. And then a few other little places to try and explore. we've come across the Art Deco Pavilion, aka the Winter Gardens, but sadly it's had run down and boarded up. But over there we have got the fishery, that's the building down there, and a rather beautiful sort of bandstand, I guess, and then whatever's down here. It's very uppy downy. Right now it's going down. It's going to take some getting back up. And I guess this would be the Winter Gardens. They're very pretty. I don't know who's keeping them up anymore, but they're very pretty. There's a little waterfall down there. Goes out to the sea. Well, a few moments ago I described that as the Winter Gardens, and it's not. It's the Cascade Gardens, designed around 1900 apparently, by Edgar J. Harvey, town surveyor. That's rather beautiful, isn't it? Stab in the dark guess, probably for keeping boats, or maybe sails in days gone by, I don't rightly know. Bit of a mosaic there. I wonder if we can get up. Oh, sadly not. We're not here anyhow. There's a locked gate. Oh, that's a tad sad. We've just seen one of those estate agent statements describing it as a sociable kitchen and dining area, which I think means they're squashed together in one. But you've got to love a sales pitch. All in all, it seems quite a genteel place. I think that's its appeal, if you like. It's not got arcades, it's not got loads of rah-rah. There's a couple of charity shops. Tesco's over there, but by far and away, oh, there's a co-op. But by far and away, it's individual. We've still got real shops. We've got Paradox Island Art and Print over there, the Carnaby Diner and Bar. It's all very individual still. It's not been taken over by the big high street numbers, which makes it very nice. Suffice to say, we're at Sandown now, and we thought we'd be greedy. Came down the front here, and we literally got the very last space at the end of this row. So we are now £3.60 worse off. But over there is Sandown Pier. So we're going to go and promenade along the pier. West Side Beach, sun loungers, kayaks and sup boards. Okay, I suspect that might have lost some of its lettering. Then again, they're strange down here, maybe they do have sup boards. Delightfully, my carer who is beside me has pointed out that a sup board probably is a stand-up paddle board. Just while they're with me really, eh? So close. And we got him. Yay, got it. We now have a poppy thing. That's what Sal wanted, that's what we got. Yes, we got him. You join us on this gloriously sunny morning. Wednesday, there's something or other else. We're off to see St Catherine's Oratory. That's the plan, at least. Because we've got gorgeous blue skies, fluffy clouds, all the rest of that stuff. Might get a decent photo. After that, our usual plan is we don't have one. We'll see where we end up. We've arrived at the car park, which is free, and has a glorious view. We're at kind of Black Gang, I think, is the sign for it. If I turn the camera around, you'll see where we are. There we are. What a glorious view that is. And we're going to be going over here. The footpath is just over there. And the bit we're going to is, sorry to get dizzy, that little bit, as my finger there, and up these steps. Very puzzled. Someone just stopped to give way to us, and we thought, are you waiting to turn left, mate, or what? It's just, no, it's just a nice driver. Oops, public footpath, Gore Down. Okay, sounds attractive. Through the highly sophisticated technical modical marvel that is this gate. Well, it functions, I suppose. And along the path that goes up there. Well, it started off lovely and good path, and it's kind of got to this bit. So we've stopped to admire the view. And as we look backwards and hear various sorts of screams, the orange blob you can see down in the hill there, vaguely over there-ish, is one of those turn you upside down, swing you round rides. Which, this is the second one of these we've seen. The first one was down at the bottom, which I didn't stop the video, in memory of Margaret Gill, or Jill, 1933-2005. Apparently, you can, I don't know, sponsor a gate. Sponsored might be the right word, I don't know. Whatever. But that's what we've come to see. So let's go through the Margaret Gill Gate. As ever, there are loads of stories about how these things came to be built. This one's been modified a few times. It kind of goes, one of the stories goes, there's a shipwreck. And one of the local bigwigs somehow acquired, aka nobbled, the casks of wine that were on board. The mistake he made was, well, two mistakes. Number one was being caught, and the second mistake was they were due for the local religious people, who were not, it must be said, best pleased about the sudden lack of wine. Got him into a lot of trouble, and by way of penance, he offered to build this tower which became a lighthouse. And the 8 slots at the top, obviously we can see 3 here, were to let the light come through, so that ships approaching from all the way over there knew not to crash into it. Yeah. Whilst we're up here, that's a long way in the distance, you can see Wight over there, that's Isle of Wight, and over there, that's the mainland, which the saying goes, you can see on a clear day. We've read the informative board, and it says it's all that remains of the oratory, built around 1328. And the diagram here, I'll try and sort of pan down and see if the camera will follow focus for us. A little bit like that. Shows that's how it used to be. So there's his penance, build me one of these, mate, and an oratory, so that the priest could basically live here and tend the light. And that's gone. And we've got now, which is rather quite lovely, is this one. Off to the right, which I can't quite see at the moment, I'll move for that one. The foundations of a later attempt, known locally as the Salt Pot, which they never actually got around to completing. But apparently this was in use until the 17th century. Oh, hang on, unexpected bonus. Bonus found in bagging area. Zoom back out to normal. Oh, thank you. And I didn't expect this. Oh, actually that makes sense. There's a lot of rules going on here now. If you look up here, let's get where we're going. If you look up here, you can see the ridge line of the oratory, I guess. So he didn't have to go outside to get his tootsies wet to tend the light. I didn't expect to be able to get in. Oh. Oh. light level's going to be absolutely horrendous in here. We go up, way up, way up. We've come down off the hill and we thought we'll have a bite to eat, and then we found this viewpoint, Cliff Top Path, so we're going to go there and have a look instead. It's a glorious day. Down there, I'll just turn around the camera in a sec, but down there where I'm looking now appears to be a house of some description. It doesn't look like it's been used by vehicles in a long time. Be a bit green and slimy, but I don't know, some of this house maybe. Lovely fuchsia bush there. We go up these steps, and there's the throw you upside down and twirl you around machine. Strange things humans are. I'd like to spin me round and dangle me upside down a bit. And by the way, I'm happy to pay for you to do it. Way over the top. We're off to what's allegedly the prettiest street on the island. We've stopped and it says, oh, last remaining working watermill on the island. And we're probably in the car park and seeing this as an interesting thing. I think whoever drives this has issues. Anyhow. Guessing it'll be Sean Chandler then. Just you know, stab in the dark. Tea rooms. Oh, there's some good statuary thingies down here. Let's go point the camera at some of those. It does appear to be self-guided. We're going to a room called the Cockpit. And then we'll walk around other bits and pieces and see what it's got on offer. This is the kind of place where I need to watch my head. Oh, there's a big cross stitch down there. As someone that does cross stitch, I can appreciate how long that would have taken, and the answer is lots. And of course we have the obligatory very near vertical staircase, which I again have to watch my head on, being as I am heightingly enhanced, which is shorthand for being a bit on the tall side. Oh. Yeah, I appear to have survived so far. They knew I was coming. The old belt drive system. Ooh. The good old flaps there on leather hinges. We're on the stone floor. Ah, this is interesting. They've got Derbyshire grit stone on this side, and the French burr stone. Oh, so much flying in my head on this side. Very much self-guided here. Ah, the rollers. Huh. And the ground floor. Oh my word, the Stockport gas engine. Andrew & Co Limited of Reddish, Stockport. So at some point then, they went mechanised. And Richard Hornsby, now of course, there's a fair old beast. So yeah, they went with the times, went mechanised at some point then. I have absolutely no idea what that's about, but you've got one. and possibly the typical wonderful British sign. Please do not climb on Winston Churchill. I suppose that sign's there for a reason. Right, so here we are just now. I came out here from inside just now. I'm not sure what all those landings are. That's a bit of a puzzle. It looks like they're meant to have boats. But maybe you can hire little boats here at some point. Anyhow, onwards. Yeah, got something right for once in my life. Iron overshot wheel, 20-foot diameter, 20 horsepower, 6 RPM, full power. Oh, look at this. Well, we've been to the watermill and that was lovely. And we've now come to Calbourne proper and come look at Winkle Street, which apparently is remarkably pretty. So pretty, in fact, it's got a tourist sign at the end of the road, but it's restricted access, which I think is wonderful. So we're parked up. We're going to walk down and go and find Winkle Street. Mic check, and mic check 2. And why not? There's the old toll house, aka the lodge now. Barrington Row, aka Winkle Street. Oh, there's a beautiful village pond. We'll have a look at that on the way back. Oh, yes. Oh, that's rather lovely. Oh, I think that's photo time. And there's a lovely stream beside me. Utterly gorgeous. Let's go and see the stream and then I'll toddle back a bit. Oops. Winkle Cottage. Private garden and bridge. Right, well we'll not cause offence. There's a rather lovely little stream, very lush. Right, the doors aren't very high, are they? Anyhow, I can see why they don't want cars coming down here. It's beautiful. The stream's widened out a bit now. That looks a bit better. What a lovely little place. Well, I'll give them their due. It sure is lovely. You can see why they don't want random cars coming down here. It is a very lovely little place, very quaint. I mean, I don't know what you would do down here. We're in the middle of the island, give or take. I like the idea that you have your garden just the other side of the stream. Lovely little, I don't know what that building would have been. Possibly a gardener's cottage or something at some point. Be a nice place to be in summer, wouldn't it? Well, we've been down Winkle Street and I've just found a giant cock. There we go. Church says it's open. We'll go on the outside first. It's very well tended. We'll have a look inside. We'll go around Widdershins, of course. That's the way it's done. There we go. That's a fair old church. The acoustics are wonderful. I do like church acoustics. They knew what they were doing with sound. I'm being very careful here not to do a dark, hackling voice. Do a Vincent Price special. All Saints Church has now gone digital. There's a QR code you can scan to make a donation. So if you want to, I'll leave that as a zoom in on the screen. And if you want to, you can go ahead and donate. Alternatively, of course, you can use your contactless card. Over here, with your tappy card. Good Thursday morning from Appuldurcombe Park. Hope I've got that right. Interesting, yesterday's weather was glorious and sunny and blue skies and all the rest of that. If you look up there, you'll find that you would look up there if I could use the camera. You find it's not the case today. Our ferry is booked for 1700, and the forecast for weather is thunderstorms from about 1600 onwards. So this might make for an interesting crossing and some possibly interesting photography. No real idea for plans. We're going to go to Morrison's, get some pasties, get some milk for sale. There's talk of an abandoned building on here. I don't know if you can get to it or not. Have a look at Ryde and generally make a plan for what the heck we're going to do tonight and tomorrow and Saturday, because we generally don't have one. I'm sure you're totally surprised by that. We've stopped off at Ryde for a bit. And over there is one of the ferries. I have no idea which one. Doing very ferry type things. However, ours goes from East Cowes, so that's not going to be ours. There's a train, like a proper train, on the pier. And I've never come across this before, but you can drive to the end of this pier. That's rather cute, isn't it? Well, apparently you can catch a train to the end. Next one though is in half hour's time, and we can walk it there. Might catch the train back. It's rather cute, very lovely. So we're going to walk up the pier and then maybe catch a train back. As promised, you can drive down there. Well, I suppose they can get a train down it, you can get a car down it. No scooters. There we go, the hovercraft. Foot passenger only. Ideal for the job because it doesn't matter for flying what the tide conditions are like. I do fancy having a go of a hovercraft. I've been on one, but I fancy having a go of one. Over there, if I go this way a bit and zoom in, which I know is never great for stability purposes, those are sea forts, which I believe, if you're mad enough, you can walk out to. I think Hell on Earth did it a while ago. Quite a few people do. You get like, you have to sort of get there just as the tide's turned. You get about an hour and a half in there. You either come back there or you're stuck for another 12 hours. Well, this is an unusual experience. I mean, normally you get to a pier and there's, you know, coffee shops and amusement arcades and things to do at the end of the pier. But the only thing to do at the end of this pier basically is to catch a ferry. So it's very much a commercial pier. We're going to go back on the train. We've just looked up, it's sort of £1.70 to go down there. I think we'll take that. We shall sit on the platform with our food and nibble. It is 12:29 now, and the next train is due to depart at 12:47. So that should work out perfectly. We're here then. Apparently this used to be on the District line. Thought I recognised it, it's kind of tube train type design. But there we go. Ryde Pier Head. Oh, and there's the hovercraft going back. It does a little pap pap.
They wanted a train out.
Oh, heck, that's a gap. And a step. Right, there we go. Now I have been on the hovercraft, one of the old SRN4s. I think it was called Princess Margaret, where me and my dad and family went across to France. But they don't run anymore. But this one apparently goes across on it in 10 minutes. They are, as I call, very noisy, and they don't hang about. You go lefty, you go righty. We've survived the excitement of the hovercraft, and we'll take a walk up into the town centre, which is unique. Some time ago we were in a shop in Montgomery, Brunners I think, or something like that, and this reminds me of it. It's just, this is like the haberdashery version of that. Everywhere you look, in fact there is no wall space left. In fact, there's not much any space left anywhere. There's buttons, dinky toys, role play models. I have not seen Lilliput Lane stuff in years. Anyhow, there's Bowery type things. Wool type things. This is just the bottom half. The Mad Haberdasher. And having just been inside there, I can assure you that is a really accurate description. We're going into the Royal Victoria Arcade, and we're looking at the sky over there, and it's not looking overly good. We'll not show you. In that case, we can maybe ignore it. Oh, well, that's rather beautiful. Finding ourselves with the odd hour or so to spare, we've stopped off as we drove past at Croix Abbey, a Catholic Benedictine monastery and a charitable trust. Includes several businesses, farmland and regular church services. There's some rooms you can have a look around, so we'll go and have a look around. Thus is the wisdom of setting off early. There's been a car crash on the road we needed to use, which delayed us by 15 minutes, but that's put us where we need to be very nicely on time. But I'm looking at the sky over there, and I shall put the camera outside and let you have a look as well, because it looks like that, and we're going over there, which looks distinctly yucky. We'll go nice and slowly over the loading dinghy.
Welcome aboard the Red Osprey. Please listen very carefully to the following safety announcement. In the unlikely event of an emergency, you will hear a continuous sounding of the ship's alarm. Additionally, the master may make an announcement over this public address system. Remain calm and proceed to establish.
Oh, that doesn't bode well, does it? And we're one deck up yet. Well, that was fun. We came paddling down the stairs, which is not kind of what you hope to see when you're on a ferry, but all is well. It's just not drained properly. There's a lot of white in this picture, isn't there? And now we're at Mayfield Park at Bitterne, which is where we overnighted Sunday night. We're under the shelter of some trees. Sal's delighted. She's found a home oak. And we have no idea what we're doing tomorrow. We may go around the coast a bit. We don't need to be back until Sunday. Whether we choose to travel earlier than that, just to avoid all the mad people going back home, I don't know. Maybe a bit weather dependent, maybe depending on what we see around here. But for tonight, this is where we are. We had a very peaceful night. Mayfield Park. Dog walker central in the morning. Bit of traffic noise in the background, to be fair. We're used to things being a bit quieter. But what a lovely spot. And we are now going to progress eastward along the coast. Not sure really, Southampton's not far away. It's not really drawing us. So we might go a bit further round and find out what's along the coast a bit more. We've just decided to come to Selsey, or Selsey Bill, and it's rather pretty, very Dungenessy. There's fishing boats out there, all little ones. It's a beautiful clear day. We've got gulls, more fishy boats, and a lifeboat station. And this is going to be our lunchtime stop. Earlier on, saw some blue plastic pipe on the floor back there. Couldn't work out what it was for. Now we know it's what they bring boats up on. And there's a winch house here. There's an exhaust pipe on top. Goes through a series of pulleys for beaching the boats. Relatively modern, I say. It's a diesel engine, judging by the smoke. There you go, a boat winch. And when they said it was Pebbly Beach, they weren't kidding, were they? It's a big old piece of kit for sure. There's track trailer.
I like the gates.
Yeah. And presumably there's a tractor as such behind it. Yeah. RNLI 1320. We're having a look at the informative plaque. Apparently there's a Shannon class all-weather lifeboat in here, and a D class inshore. I'm sure this is remarkably uncharitable of me, but I really just wanted to get some decent footage of the lifeboat. And the guy in there, extremely knowledgeable, was very keen to tell us all about it, which was fascinating, didn't make for a good video. Anyhow, it's a lovely piece of kit, and apparently it comes to about 4.2 million. As ever, our plans of having no plans have worked out. We're at a place called Emsworth. Park for Night says there's a small car park down by the water's front with no restrictions. We have found said small car park down the front. It is indeed small, and the only restriction is loads of people are already parked in it. But it looks like a gorgeous place. There's swans down at the water's edge and all sorts of stuff. There's a pub nearby, a coffee shop just over there. So we'll have a warm around Emsworth for the night. See what we make of it. It's a very picturesque place. Lots of places to eat. At the harbour entrance and a harbour office. Well, you can do boat trips from here. Sadly, we're not going to make it today or tomorrow because of the car park restriction. But over here, we've got lots of swans. I've not seen that many swans in one place for a very long time. But they appear to be very happy swans. Well, it's a very lovely stroll. We've just missed the boat trip, I think, because they're just giving the life jacket talk. I'm guessing cruise around. The water's incredibly clear. Look at that, it's all the way down. They've got seaweed. If we've got this right, over on our right is the mill pond. The mill being the building over there. And it's a tidal mill pond, so if we've got it right, and this side is higher than that side currently, is to fill this up at high tide and then use it to go through the mill and presumably back up to the other side and do the milling with. And we're guessing all the little marker boys in here of the sailing club. We have found the Bluebell Inn, which to be fair wasn't terribly difficult. It's got this big huge sign that says Bluebell Inn. But we do like this sign down here. Sal spotted this earlier on. In the very public spirited way they are. They have a husband crash. What a fine idea. A big up to the people at Spice Village. Wasn't the cheapest Indian we've ever been to. The service was superb. The food was fabulous. And we are stuffed. And we were wondering what the swans were doing with the boats. And then we realised they were drinking rainwater. Because of course it's seawater here. And there you have. The swan is drinking the rainwater out of the boats. I suppose that's the benefit of a long neck, isn't it? And here we go, swan number 2, having to go at the same thing. St Hubert's Church and the Idsworth Valley. A jewel in the crown of South Downs National Park. It's open all year round. Everyone is welcome to visit, journey up the hill and step inside this remarkable gem to discover more about its wonderful secrets it holds. Now it's got some very interesting wall paintings in here. I'm not going to take the tripod. I'll either shoot off of the Steadicam or off the other camera and maybe fire some flash at it. But we've travelled here for this particular church, which is going to be our last stop before we go homewards. They do say the land here floods, and I can believe it. So they built this very lovely little bridge, which I'm going to walk across purely because I can. I don't need to, it's not flooded at present. But somebody's built me a bridge, so I shall walk across said bridge. Go through the gate. Okay, turn handle and push to open. Please close door. Oh, well that's much brighter than I expected. Let's close the door. Which, to be fair, largely closes itself. we have it to ourselves. Wow. The pulpit off to one side. The light levels aren't doing us any favours in here at the moment. Never happy are we with light levels. See if that's any better. Found the bell rope. And these wall paintings are what makes it really famous. It depends on whose story you wish to believe as to what they're meant to depict. Several variations exist. Somebody's done another version of it there. And then the one on the left there's really too far gone to be worked out. We have one on the right. Say the light levels aren't doing us great favours at the moment. One that goes up and over top of the arch. And one that goes down the other side. And if we turn round and look up, which is easier said than done, it's just a fair thing, so we get it level. There we go, it's not bad. Chapel Warden, 1824. Oh, there's several Chapel Wardens up the top. Thomas Padwick, Chapel Warden, 1795. It was repaired, according to this, in AD 1795. Oh, that's when he became the Chapel Warden then. This chapel was repaired 1824, and at that point it was Thomas Smith, the Chapel Warden. So clearly very important to have been restored so much that far ago. And this rather lovely organ up here. I've been pondering and failed to work out what this is. I saw it on the outside of the door as I came in, but this is kind of like, I don't know, chopping board type space here. There's two really out there. The only thing I can think of is that it might have been something that we've seen a few other churches in variations, a leper door or leper window. So people with leprosy could see and theoretically at least minimally partake of the church service. But I've never seen it like that before. I've seen sort of windows cast into one side, but I've never seen anything quite like that. And there it is on the other side. It leads out to the entrance there. Well, courtesy of the internet, and forgive my murdering the Latin, this apparently comes from Palms 99:4, and it says, and again I apologise for my murdering the Latin, Entrait portas ejus in confession. Now, again, if I go back, according to Translate, the king is mighty He loves justice. Now we know. We had a wonderful journey back. A few little sort of slowdowns in traffic, nothing too terrible. The sat-nav did a brilliant job for us. It would have done an even more brilliant job if somebody who shall remain nameless had programmed it to take us home instead of to work. But hey what, just another half hour, but we're back, planning the next adventure. See us whenever that is, because we don't know either.